Hi, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Talk It Off, the series where I take off my makeup and talk about life. So, today we are going to be talking about how there was a power outage in the entire Iberian Peninsula for like 10 hours. Okay, so I don't even know where to begin. I guess I'm just going to talk about like my perspective of what happened because the way that things went in my universe and the way that things went in other people's universes were very different. Okay, here's how the situation went for me from my perspective. I woke up at like, I don't know, like 11 a.m., whatever, like pretty late. I didn't have anything to do. So I just stayed in bed for a while. And all of a sudden, my boyfriend tried to turn his lamp on and he went like, huh, weird. I don't think we have any power. So I tried to turn mine on and I didn't have any power either. And I was like, oh, we don't have Wi-Fi. So then I turned on my data and I checked that there was no power in Portugal, the entirety of the country. And then I saw that there was no power in Spain either, the entirety of Spain. And then some cities in France as well. So I was like, what the hell is going on, bruh? So then I got up to have breakfast and I was heating up my milk on the stove, like in the old days, I suppose. I guess this is how they used to do it. I was like, okay, so we don't have any internet, whatever. I turned my data on every once in a while just to see like updates on the situation. And I warned my family, like my siblings, because they don't live here. So I was warning them. I was like, oh, there's no electricity in Portugal and Spain. So like, this is a bit crazy, but like, we're fine. Don't worry. Like, everything's okay. So yeah, like I had breakfast. Everything was fine. So then basically my boyfriend turned into a housewife and he was like, okay, we don't have anything to do. Let's just clean the house. And I was like, okay, sure, I guess. So we did that. And then I didn't have any network. So that was the moment where I was like, oh, I kind of can't contact anybody. Like, I can't call anybody right now. So my boyfriend still had network, so I asked him to text my siblings to let them know that like I was okay. So we got that out of the way, and then my boyfriend didn't have any network either. So we just played Monopoly, which took a fat while, and then we decided to go for a walk. Before we lost the network, I was starting to see people like freaking out and going to the supermarket to buy a bunch of things. Like people started just freaking out. They started buying like so much goddamn water, canned food, just crazy work, really. And I was just here at home thinking that like people are not even working. People went back home because you can't do anything without electricity at pretty much any job anymore. So like they're gonna want to fix this pretty fast because they want people working, or else every single company ever is gonna be losing money and they don't want that. So like obviously they're gonna try to fix this problem. So like I was chill. I genuinely, like, we were pretty chill. And then after seeing all those news, we decided to go for a walk. And it was so funny to see the contrast of people just chilling, walking their dogs, just drinking beers before they went bad, like before they were too warm. Some people went to the beach. Like, it was such a weird contrast to see people freaking out and then other people just vibing outside, going back to the times where there was no internet. Like, it was fine. So, like, I was doing good, really. We had a pretty fun day playing board games, and we played some Uno. We could make dinner and all that, so like we had dinner pretty normally, and then we were playing Uno, like candlelit Uno game, and then I was like, okay, we don't really have anything else to do. I don't know, maybe we might go to bed. I don't fucking know. And then my boyfriend was like, oh, your Switch was charging. Do you think that you still have like battery on it? So I checked and I did. It was like fully charged. So I was like, okay, let's play some Mario Kart or something and see if eventually the power will turn back on. If not, we'll just go to bed and whatever. Hopefully tomorrow the electricity will be back on. While all of this was happening, I didn't know this because we had literally no way of getting information No text, no calls, no internet, like nothing. I didn't know this, but while we were playing Mario Kart, like the electricity was already back on in a bunch of places in Spain, a bunch of cities in Portugal as well, but we didn't know this obviously. So we were playing Mario Kart in the tiny screen of the Switch, and we were starting the game, and it did the countdown like the boop 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 boop, and literally the second that it did the last noise for the race to start, the power came back on. Like we see the internet router turning on, our computer screens turning on at the same time as well. Like that was so funny. So then we both started calling our families just to see how they were doing, if they had internet and like, if everything was back. But it was just so funny, the whole situation. It was so funny. Like in my perspective, it was funny. The fact that people were freaking out was not really funny at all. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. That part, not funny. The thing that was really scary about this for me was seeing how everyone was freaking out, but people were freaking out because our government didn't really say anything for the longest time. Like the first statement that we got with some sort of information about how things were being handled was from the private company that takes care of the power in Portugal. Like the government didn't say anything for so long. The first time they said something, I didn't have any network anymore, so I didn't see it. Then at like 7 p.m., I got a text somehow that I don't know what time they sent it, but I got a text somehow at 7 p.m. from the government saying that they were working on it, and they assumed that the power would be back on at least like the next day and the next morning. So I just thought, okay, like that's fine. I've been saving my phone battery and all that, so like as soon as I get power back, I'm just gonna tell my family. And then I was also thinking that because I warned my family through my boyfriend that I didn't have any network, that they would just assume that he stopped having network as well. So like I was kind of chill, really. I was just thinking that we were gonna be fine, like just one day without electricity, like whatever. But people really did freak out. They bought canned food, they bought a bunch of fucking water, and we had one neighbor here. We overheard one of our neighbors saying that they bought a generator specifically for this, and he was like, "Yeah, I heard about 72 hours. I heard it was the Russian government doing this, blah, blah, blah." And like, people were really freaking out. Like, the conspiracy theories were insane on this situation. I don't understand why they even thought that. Like, why the fuck would Russia care about us at all? But, anyways, we still don't know what happened. Like, we still don't know what it was. People were talking about cyber attacks, saying it was the Russian government. People were talking about some weather phenomenon, like weird weather phenomenon that affected the electricity in the Iberian Peninsula. Then they talked about aliens. Like, the conspiracy theories were really crazy on this one. But either way, I had a pretty nice day, actually. It was kind of a nice detox from the internet for a bit. When the power came back on, I let my family know that like everything was fine, everything was okay. Updated everybody. Nobody was stressed. Even they were just like, okay, yeah, we assumed you just didn't have any network, and I was like, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I kind of just want to know what happened because I don't fully believe it was a cyber attack. The weird weather phenomenon doesn't, like, I don't really buy it either because I didn't see anything weird weather-wise the whole day. Like, it was just a pretty normal day. Bro, aliens, come on. Like, whatever. But I did go to the supermarket today because we needed ham. And going to the supermarket after this was a bit crazy because the shelves were all pretty much empty still from the situation yesterday. I just really think that the lack of communication from the government was what spiraled all this, like what made people spiral and come up with crazy ass theories is because nobody said anything. And the only thing that they said was that they thought it was a cyber attack. No, they said they thought it could possibly be a cyber attack. So of course people start making theories up, making stuff up, and that's the result that we got. The supermarkets have empty shelves now. And for what? Yeah, and then we also had like some news saying it could last up to a week, 72 hours, like crazy numbers. And I was just thinking, there's no way that we will not have electricity for a week. No way in hell. And yeah, we were fine. And legit, I wasn't even that worried about my phone battery either, because first of all, what the fuck was I gonna do on my phone? I couldn't call, I couldn't text, I couldn't use the internet. So like, my battery is fine. What can I even do on my phone? At this point, it's just a calculator and a clock. Like, I don't know, and like a camera and stuff. Like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? And then I was thinking, like, if push comes to shove, we can charge the phones in the car. So, like, we're all good. You know what I mean? But yeah, people freaked out. I didn't freak out. My family didn't freak out. Everyone's fine. Nothing happened. Like, I did hear about some people that were like stuck on like the tube of the subway when the power went out, and then I would have freaked out. Or like on the elevator, I would have freaked out on the elevator. I'm gonna be quite honest, would have freaked out on the elevator. I guess that's the update for me. I just kind of wanted to talk about this situation. I also made a TikTok about this, so if you want to follow me on TikTok or something, whatever, my social media is in the description down below as usual. This is my update today for my YouTube channel. And I'm doing okay. It was fine. Just power outage. It's all good. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff that you guys do if you want to. I don't really care. I do this for fun. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys on my next video. And I hope you're all good too. If the power is off where you live, chill. You're gonna be fine. Don't run to the supermarket to buy a bunch of water. Okay, thank you. That's it. Bye!